MarkRogersTV, the voice of college football, getting you set for the big ACC matchup between Florida State and Miami. When I say big, I mean big rivalry, not necessarily big matchup here in 2019 with both teams at 4-4, although the Canes still have a shot at the ACC Coastal Division Championship at 2-3. Please like, comment, share the videos, and subscribe to the voice of college football for the best in college football discussion, debate, and analysis. So we've hit this matchup from a number of angles. We had a 2-hour preview special back on Wednesday night. Please check out that video, as well as a discussion with Big Game James Coleman on fifth quarter college football on the Florida State angle. We're going to run down the Seminoles injury report. Would like you to comment if you have any updated information or any take on it in regards to where you think this injury may hurt Florida State and how it could possibly affect the football game against Miami, 3:30 Eastern Time on ESPN on Saturday. All right, first of all, Marvin Wilson, wide receiver, redshirt sophomore, 20 catches and a touchdown. He is out definitely for this game, suffered a broken shoulder, likely will miss the remainder of the season. Logan Tyler, he's the punter. He was suspended due to a DUI a few weeks back. He's obviously gone for good. Christian Meadows, redshirt freshman offensive lineman. He is out for this game, aggravated a previous shoulder injury. No timetable right now for his recovery. And keep in mind that we're taking this injury information from collegefootballreference.com. Keyshawn Helton, sophomore wide receiver, chipped in with 17 catches and 3 touchdowns this year. He has suffered a left knee injury. He's expected to sit out the rest of the season. Warren Thompson, redshirt freshman wide receiver, 6 catches this year for 91 yards. And Thompson is a personal issue, held out of the previous game due to a personal matter. Joshua Quinto, very talented junior defensive end with 2.5 tackles for loss and a sack, is projected to miss the rest of the season with a right ankle injury. He's definitely out against Miami. Travis Jay is a freshman defensive back. He's out due to a personal issue as well. Jaden Lars-Woodbey, very talented sophomore defensive back for Florida State, 19 tackles this year and a tackle for loss. He is definitely out due to a leg injury, lower left leg injury, expected to miss the remainder of the season as well. And finally, another definite out for the Florida State-Miami game is Anthony Grant, sophomore running back, and he's probably out for the rest of the season as well. All right, Dante Lucas, questionable for this game against Miami, freshman offensive lineman, and this would be a big blow to Florida State if he would miss or not be able to play well against the Canes. He's the top-rated offensive lineman to date for Florida State this season, according to Pro Football Focus. Marvin Wilson has an undisclosed injury. He's questionable for this season for this game against Miami. Junior defensive tackle with 41 total tackles, 7.5 tackles for loss, and 5 sacks. Marvin Wilson is dealing with an undefined injury, is uncertain for Saturday's game against Miami at Doe Campbell. Cyrus Fagan, junior defensive back. He is coming into this game with an interception and 33 total tackles. Cyrus Fagan has a leg injury. Did not play in the last 2 games. Unclear as whether he will suit up against the Canes. Bavion Johnson, redshirt junior offensive lineman, sat out the previous game due to an undefined injury as well against Syracuse. Unknown as to whether he will suit up against Miami. Big injury news here. Dontavius Jackson, senior linebacker with 38 total tackles, has a hand injury, unavailable for the previous game against Syracuse. Due to that hand ailment, his status is undetermined as well. All right, the biggest name on the chart would be Cam Akers, junior running back. Almost 1,000 yards right now at 917, 5.3 per carry, 12 touchdowns. He also has 3 touchdowns in the receiving game, 21 catches for Cam Akers. He left the Syracuse game with a knee injury, but will likely line up against Miami on Saturday. And finally, kicker Rickey Aguayo has hit on just 4 of 9 attempts this year. Right now, ailing from an illness, will be expected to suit up in time for the Miami game. So that's the Florida State injury report. for this Saturday against Miami, 3:30 Eastern Time on ESPN. Again, if you have any insight into these injuries or what you think the possible impact will be or what players will need to step in for these particular players, let us know down in the comments section. Here at Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football.